Hello everyone, welcome to IAS with Arihant. Student, as you know, every day we are discussing about the Indian polity, and basically this series is called as Prelims Possible. And in this series we are discussing about this book, and there are some MCQs that is totally relevant for your state PSC as well as the UPSC examination. And this is for Indian polity, so you must go with the book, and this book contains lots of information, a very better basically explanation, a detailed explanation that is going to help you a lot in your examination. Okay, so without wasting any time, we are going to start with the session, students. So just share this session with your friends also, as well as one very important thing, those who are very new to this channel, please subscribe the channel, press the bell icon, as well as share this video with your friends also. So basically, if we talk about this book that is basically published by Arihant, this book is divided into chapters, and that chapter is divided into topic. Okay, and there's a topic wise question, as well as each topic has a very specific mind map, and that mind map is directly beneficial for your examination. And along with that, students, if you see, if we are going to discuss about the explanation, this explanation is 100% error free. There is a very typical knowledge plus question pattern also. So there is a knowledge plus for the typical questions. Along with that, students, in the last of this book, you will get a very specific or uniqueness of this book, that is bullets, PYQ bullets. So these bullets are arranged in one-liner format. Let's suppose the appointment of governor is mentioned under which article. So it is 155. So in this format, it is already arranged, students. Okay, so this will be going to be a very great thing for you. So I'm just going to start this session with the MCQs, students. We already discussed till basically question number 15 and mind map also, and we are going to start with the question number 16. So as we already discussed, we are going to discuss each and every question in a very detailed format. If you feel any doubt and difficulties, I am always open to you. Okay, so now we are going to start with the first question of this series of this today's session. Now there is a question, which one of the following article of Indian Constitution provide for all India service students? Okay, as you know, students, basically there is an article for Union Public Service Commission as well as State Public Service Commission, SPSC. Okay, so basically this is mentioned under a part of Indian Constitution, and that part is basically part number 14. Okay, and there is an article that is 315 to 323 that is mentioning about the UPSC and State PSC. But before that, from 308 to 323, that is connected with the central services. Okay, if we talk about article 312, it is mentioning about, I'm going to discuss other article too, but article 312 is mentioning about the all India service. Student, now there's a one more question, what is all India service? Okay, so this is basically central services, and this examination is conducted by UPSC, and the posting of these services will be in whole India, simply we can say in Indian territory. Okay, and these all basically IAS, Indian Administrative Service, IPS, Indian Police Service, and IFOS. See, students, it is very important to understand, it is not foreign service, it is forest service. So if you find, you will see that these postings basically takes place in India. Foreign service is a class A service, that is means they are working in different countries as a High Commissioner. Okay, so this is one thing. In India, till the time we have only 3 posts for all India service, but let's suppose tomorrow we need to create a new all India service. At that time, what we need to do? At that time, basically the Rajya Sabha will initiate a resolution to create a new all India service, and then both House of Parliament will pass it, but the Rajya Sabha basically initiation is needed here. Okay, and that is article 312 that is mentioning about the all India service, students. So I just added few articles for you. As you see, chapter 1 of the part 14, as I told you, part number 14 of Indian Constitution is mentioning about the central services. So there is a multiple chapter. Chapter 1 is mentioning about the services, and there is the Article 310. It is mentioning about the tenure of office person serving the union or state. So as you know, for the few posts the union has different age limit, like 62 year. For state, somewhere it is 60, somewhere is different. Okay. Article 311 is about the dismissal, removal or reduction in rank of a person employed in civil capacity under the union or state, and this Article 312 is about the All India service. Okay, and Article 312A is also there, power of Parliament to vary or revoke the condition of service of officer of certain services students. 313 about the transitional provision. 314 about the provision for protection of existing officer of certain services students. Okay, if you go for the explanation that is mentioned under this book, as I already told you, this book is going to help you a lot. It is mentioned, means these all explanation is included under this book, and this book is basically we are discussing here. Okay, I hope you all able to understand. Now if you talk about the explanation, students, the Constitution provides for the creation of All India service common to union and state under the Article 312. The All India Service Act 1951 provides that the central government may make a rule for regulation the recruitment and the condition of services of a person appointed to the All India Service students. As I already told you, there is only 3 services, that is IAS, IPS and IFS, that is forest service, not foreign service, is considered as the All India Service students. I hope you all able to get it. Okay everyone, now we are moving towards the another question, students. Okay, and one very important thing, students, if you feel any doubt and difficulties, I am always open to your doubt, as well as I am always open to your questions. Okay, so you guys can ask, you guys can discuss with me. Now there's an article, there's a question number 17. Which article in the Constitution recognizes the adult suffrage? What is adult suffrage here? Okay, as you know, students, our Constitution provide means we are not creating any type of discrimination ki male will vote, women will vote. We are providing every person who is the citizen of India and who is 18 plus, he or she eligible to vote. Okay, basically this is called as universal adult franchising. Okay, so what you see, above 18 everyone is eligible to vote. So it is mentioned under an article. Initially, if I discuss here, initially it was 21 year. Okay, but if you see, students, there was amendment, that was 61st Constitutional Amendment Act. By this amendment, the voting age was reduced to 18 year. Okay, initially it was 21, but it was reduced to 18 year. Okay, so the number of voters is going to increase, so more responsible government is going to form. Okay, so it is mentioned under Article 326 of Indian Constitution. Okay, about the adult suffrage. Chhattisgarh PSC 2018 and 19, in both consecutive year they ask question from the same. And student, we have explanation part also. So Article 326 of the Constitution recognizes adult suffrage. This article provides that election to Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly of each state shall be held on adult franchisees. In 61st Constitutional Amendment Act 1988, the voting age was reduced from 21 year to 18 year, and this recommendation was made by VM Tarkunde committee. So sometime it is also going to ask who recommended that the voting age should reduce. So it is VM Tarkunde committee, students. This is also important. As you know, from Article 324 to 329, it is about the Election Commission. Okay, and it is mentioned under Part 15 of Indian Constitution, students. And see, there are some important articles that may going to ask in your examination, as Article 326 is the means it is already asked in UPSC also, If we talk about Article 324, it is mentioning about that there is an election commissioner and there is an election commission, and election commission is an independent body. They have power to superintendence, direction and control of election. Okay, so basically these all power vested under the basically this election commission students. Okay, Article 325 is mentioning about no person to be ineligible for inclusion in or to claim to be included in a special electoral roll on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex or any place, basically place of birth is there, but these are not going to be the considerable part. Okay, Article 326, election of House of People and to the Legislative Assembly will be conducted on the basis of adult suffrage. Okay, so there will be a specific age, means that is 18 plus. Okay, so under Article 327, the power of Parliament to make provision with respect to the election of legislature. Article 328, the power of legislature of a state to make provision in respect to election to such legislature. Article 329, bar to interference by court in electoral matter, and basically Article 329A, special provision as to election to Parliament in case of Prime Minister and Speaker students. So this is one point, just try to remember. And why I included these data here, because I want you must go through each and every article which is important for the examination. Okay, and you have to note it down in your notebook for your future revision. Okay, getting it? So this is about the election. If we talk about the next question students, now which article of the Constitution provides that it shall be the endeavor of every state to provide adequate facility for instruction in the mother tongue at the primary stage of education. See, as you know, recently new education policy is given in year 2020, and students, it is updated after 1986. Okay, so it was updated in 1986, and in 1986 there was a two system, 1 10 plus 2. So there was a two places at the level of 10, at the level of 12th, your board examination, what you say, it was happening. But under the new education policy, the system is modified. Okay, and what they want now, they want key means a student must get their basically education in vernacular language, in the local language at the early stage. Because let's suppose I live in Gorakhpur, I live in Delhi, but let's suppose I'm living in Gorakhpur, my hometown is Gorakhpur. So in Gorakhpur, if we are going to include English as a compulsory means as a compulsory education, only English, in that case my family is not communicating in English, and I'm just at my school place, I'm just communicating in means I got taught in English language. In that case, I'm not able to understand the concept clearly, perfectly, and even I'm not going to perfect. Okay, because my family is using different language, my school using different language. So this may cause problem at the early stage. After some time, your brain is going to get the things, but at the initial stage, if you're going to means involve yourself in the multiple language, definitely your brain is going to clutter. So in that case, students, basically now up to the class 8th, you are going to get the schooling and the vernacular language. It is the part of the new education policy, and I'm just like to mention here, new education policy is basically headed by K. Kasturi Ranjan. Okay, K. Kasturi Ranjan, and just try to remember for the same. Now you have to see which of the following article is mentioning about. It is under the language section, students. The primary stage of education is going to be done in the vernacular language. So this is also important for the examination. If you see here, student, part number 17 of Indian Constitution, that contain article 343 to 351. Okay, this is about the articles that is mentioned under the part 17, and this part 17 is connected with the language. Okay, so there is provision that is connected with the language, and here they also added ki now primary stage of education must be in the vernacular or mother tongue. So this is article 350 clause A. Okay, I'm going to discuss the each and every article in detailed format. Just listen it carefully. Now under article 350 clause A of Indian Constitution, it shall be the endeavor of every state and of every local authority within the state to provide adequate facility for instruction in mother tongue at primary stage of education to the children belonging to linguistic minority group. Okay, so they must understand the their basic languages also. Okay, I hope you're getting it. Now I just added here this articles, so it is going to help you. As I told you already, it is a part of basically part number 17, and article 343 to 351 is about the language. Okay, so there is a 4 chapter especially. The chapter 1 is about the language of union. Article 343 of Indian Constitution is mentioning about official language of union. Okay, article 344 is mentioning about committee of parliament on official language. Now there is about the regional languages, students. 345 official language or language of a state. 346 official language for communication between one state to another state or a state with the union. Article 347 is special provision relating to language spoken by a section of population of a state, students. Getting it? So it is about article 347. Okay, if you see the 3rd chapter, language of Supreme Court and High Court. Okay, so if you see article 348, it is mentioning about language to be used in Supreme Court and in High Court for acts, bill, etc. Okay, so as you know, there is a specific language that is English and Hindi. Okay, it can be used there. Article 349 is about the special procedure for enactment of certain law relating to language, students. Okay, now chapter 4 of this part is about the special directive. Special directive means it is for the special purpose. Article 350, language to be used in representation for redress of grievances. Okay, article 350 clause A, facilities for instruction in mother tongue at the primary stage, and this question is about the same. Okay, so once again I am telling you that these articles are important for you and you need to remember all. Okay, article 350 clause B, a special officer for linguistic minority. Article 351 is about the directive for development of Hindi language. So this is also a question. Okay, so just try to remember for your examination, students. I hope you all getting it. Anybody have any doubt? Okay, everything is easy. You must go with the flow. The things is going to be easy, students. Okay, everyone, if you see the next question. Now, as this chapter is about article of Indian Constitution, now which of the following statement is not included under article 164? Article 164 of Indian Constitution that contain lots of provision. Okay, so as you know, students, if you want to know about the union article or you want to know about the state article, so power means in somewhere there resembles. Okay, so article 170 basically 64 is just like article 75 of union. Okay, so article 75 contain the appointment of prime minister, appointment of minister for union. Okay, in the same format for the state, appointment of basically the chief minister, appointment of the state ministers, okay, as well as their membership, these things are mentioned here. So if we trace this article, we need to read these options, and it is asking about not included in Article 164, and this question was belonging to MPPSC pre 2023. Okay, so Chief Minister shall be appointed by Governor. Chief Minister of a state shall be appointed by a governor. So you'll say, sir, this is correct. The Council of Ministers shall not be collectively responsible toward the state legislature. Okay. Now, other ministers shall be appointed by the governor on the advice of Chief Minister. Okay. So what is the process? So the person or the party who has majority in in the Legislative Assembly, majority. If someone has majority in Legislative Assembly, so here he or she can create, means he or she can be a chief minister if the basically majority supporting means he or she. Okay, so if someone has majority in Lok Sabha, in the Legislative Assembly, so that majority people give a name to the governor ki we want the leader of house, this person, as well as leader of this person. Okay, so they are going to choose the chief minister, and on the basis of students this selection, the chief minister is going to be appointed as chief minister by governor, and the chief minister required their ministry, and they are also going to be appointed by governor of the state, students. Another thing, if you see, this option C is also be correct. Now option D says that a minister who for any period of 6 consecutive months is not a member of legislature of the state shall at expiration of the period cease to be minister. Now what this statement says that, as you know students, anyone can be appointed as minister, council of minister, but there is a condition, he or she must be the part of Legislative Assembly, or if in the state legislative council is there, so he or she must be the part of legislative council. Okay, but let's suppose someone is not part of this house or any legislature, Lok Sabha, Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council. In that case, anyone can be appointed as a council of minister. Okay, let's suppose I am here and I became the member of I became a minister in Uttar Pradesh, but I am not member of Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council. In that case, student, if I got appointment, then within 6 months I need to check, I need to have a seat in a house, maybe it is Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council, or if in a state only Legislative Assembly is there, means I have to be the part of that same assembly. Otherwise, after 6 months my ministry is going to be ceased, means I am not going to be the further minister. Okay, I am going to be suspended from the same. I hope you all getting it. So basically statement A, C and D is correct and D is incorrect. Why? As you know, कि basically Legislative Assembly choosing the basically this, you can say this council of minister, they are coming from the Legislative Assembly, and basically this ministers are appointed by governor. Okay, so you need to understand two things. This complete council of minister, they will work as a single unit. Let's suppose a bill is presented by council of minister and that is not going to pass in Lok Sabha or Legislative Assembly or Lok Sabha. In that case, it is considered that ruling party have no majority, means people are not, means basically the members are not agree with the decision. In that case, this council of minister, they collectively going to resign, means chief minister will resign and they all going to resign, students, automatically. Otherwise individually they can give resignation to the governor. Okay, so this is one thing, they sing together, they rise together. So what you find, the council of minister collectively responsible toward the state legislature, and they used here not be, so that's why it is going to be incorrect. I hope you all getting it. So it is very simple, just try to remember, the things are going to be easy. Now just see the explanation. Statement B is not including Article 164 because Article 164 Clause 2 provide that State Legislative Assembly has responsibility of the Council of Minister. Okay, so 164 of the Indian Constitution provide that Chief Minister shall be appointed by Governor and the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible towards the Legislative Assembly of the state. Okay, so this is one point, just try to remember. Now students, this is another very important question for the coming examination. It is asked by multiple time. Article 371 is very important. Along with that students, Article 371 Clause A, 371 Clause B, okay, these type of provision is there, okay, and you need to remember each and every one, okay. But now there's a question, Article 371 Clause G was inserted into the Constitution of India by which of the following amendment students? Now you have to see when it was inserted, when it was included students. Okay, so if you see the year, it is all 1986. It is all 1986. Okay, now you need to see it very carefully. If we talk about the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act students, that added a very major provision of Indian Constitution, that is schedule number 10 of Indian Constitution, that is about the anti-defection. What is it? Is about the anti-defection. 53rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1986, it is about the Article 371G. It is a special provision, and this special provision for the Mizoram students, and this question was asked in the Mizoram PSC. So that's why I'm telling you, whenever you prepare for examination, you must go with the basic concept, that is the previous year question paper as well as the model question paper before starting any subject. So it will give you idea what to read and what not to read. So this book is going to be very, very important part of your this journey of preparation, or you can say the successful journey of the preparation. So option B is correct for the same. I just added explanation here, and after that I will give you some other information key means whose state or which state included under Article 371 and their clauses. If we talk about Article 371 Clause G was added by 53rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1986. Article 371G of Indian Constitution deals with the provision for the state of Mizoram. The Act of Parliament relating to the following matter would not apply to Mizoram unless the State Legislative Assembly so decides. Okay, means there are some special provision, special power given to the state by this article. So on these provision only the State Legislative Assembly is responsible, and they are going to modify, they are going to add things by in that same article students. So religious or social practice of Mijos, Mizo customary law and procedures, administration of civil and criminal justice involving decision making according to Mizo customary law, ownership and transfer of land. The Mizoram Legislative Assembly is to consist of not less than 40 members. Okay, I hope it is okay everyone. So this is all about the Article 371 Clause G. But as I told you already students, ki we need to see ki how many states and which state are there, and this is a very favorite question for each and every state PSC examination, for the UPSC also. So you must see it very carefully. As you know students, Mahatma Gandhi, you can remember in this format, non-alignment movement, or NAM, you can simply say Mahatma Gandhi NAM. Why I'm telling you this? This is a quote. Article 371, it is about the Maharashtra and Gujarat state. A special provision for Maharashtra and Gujarat. Article 371 Clause A is about the Nagaland. Okay. Article 371 Clause B, it is about the Assam. Article 371C is about the Manipur. Okay. So don't get confused. So Mahatma Gandhi was a person who was very silent, means he was following the non-violent path. Okay, so you can remember this NAM, it is our foreign policy also. After that, students, if you see the basically D, Article 371D, special provision respect to the Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so you can remember that up. Okay, Article 371 Clause E, establishment of Central University in Andhra Pradesh, students. Okay, so this is also a clause. Okay, Article 370F, it is about the state of Sikkim. Article 371G, it is about the state of Mizoram. Okay, AP, Sikka and M, map. Okay, so basically Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram, and if you see Article 371H, it is connected with the Arunachal Pradesh. So you can remember here the map. I'm just going to give you the code also, don't worry. Article 371 Clause I is about the state of Goa. Okay, Article 371, it is connected with the state of Karnataka. So you can remember in this format, basically Mahatma Gandhi, NAM. Okay, AP, okay, or you can say AP square. Okay, and then if you see here, then Sikkim may map Arunachal Pradesh. So this is AP, Arunachal Pradesh, and then Goa and Karnataka. So simply just remember in this format, it is going to help you. Okay, so whatever you can create a code, I just made a simple code. Mahatma Gandhi, नाम, आप, सिक्किम का मैप गोवा और कर्नाटका में बना. सिंपल. ओके, महात्मा गांधी, नाम, आप, सिक्किम का मैप गोवा और कर्नाटका में बना. So this is very simple. In any format, students, you can remember. And I'm 100% sure these type of question, when you are going to participate in any examination, whether you are going to participate in state PSC, whether you are going to participate in UPSC, these type of question will be in your paper, students. Okay, getting it? Basically this question number 21 is about the match the list 1 to list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below in the list, students. And this question is belonging to HPSC, Haryana PSC Pre 2023. So list 1 contain article, list 2 contain provision. Article 61, Article 72, Article 54, Article 123 and Article 76 of Indian Constitution, students. And we already discussed in the mind map. Article 61 is about the basically impeachment procedure of President of India. So A1. Okay. Article 72 is about the pardoning power of President. Okay. Election of President is mentioned under Article 54 of Indian Constitution. Ordinance power is under the ordinance means let's suppose Parliament not in session. In that case, an urgent law required. In that case, President can promulgate any law, and that can only done by means if session is not there. Okay, so it can, it means this power is given to President, and he can create any issue, means he can create any law under the jurisdiction of this Parliament, students. Getting it? Article 76 is about the Attorney General of India. So option A is going to be exactly correct because it is in simple and arranged format 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we already discussed Article 61 deals with the procedure for impeachment of the President. Article 72 pertaining to the power of President to grant pardons and to suspend, remit or commute sentences in certain cases. Article 54 deal with the election of President. Article 123 contain the power of President for promulgate ordinance during the recess of Parliament. Article 76 pertaining to the appointment of Attorney General of India, students. I hope you all able to understand. This is about the option means explanation part. Now if you move further, once again we have question and one list contain article and one list contain their provision. So list 1 and list 2 you have to match. cultural and educational right, it is, as you know, fundamental right. Okay, right to constitutional remedies, right against exploitation, and right to equality. So if you see the list 2, Article 14 to 18, it is about the right to equality. Means if you talk about D1, Article 23 to 24, it is right against exploitation. C2, basically constitutional remedies under Article 32, it is 3, and A4. So we need to go in retrogressive manner, decreasing order. A4, B3, C1 and A4, B3, C2 and D1. So option D is going to be correct for the same students. I hope you all getting it. So I just added here, the cultural and educational right are contained in Article 29 and 30, and it consists of protection of interest of minorities under Article 29 and the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution students. Okay, a right to constitutional remedies are included under Article 32. It empower court to issue writs in case of violation of fundamental right of a person. Okay, right against exploitation under Article 23. Okay, and 24. 23 is about prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor. Article 24 is about the prohibition of employment of children in hazardous factories. Article 14 to 18 deals with the right to equality students. It has following right: equality before law. Okay, like prohibition of discrimination on the ground of place, birth. Okay, along with that, equal opportunity in the public matter, abolition of untouchability, and abolition of titles. So these all articles are there, and they all are very, very important. Okay, so you all means you need to go in a very systematic and easy format, students. Now if you see the next question, once again you have to match list 1 with the list 2, and you have to choose the correct answer by using the given code. If we talk about list 1 and list 2 here, Article 324, 315, 280 or 338. List 2 contain National Commission for Scheduled Caste, Finance Commission, Public Service Commission or Election Commission. So if you see Article 324 of Indian Constitution, it is about the Election Commission, means A4. Article 315 is about the UPSC or Public Service Commission, B3. 280 is about the Finance Commission, a constitutional body, C2. And 338 is about the National Commission for Scheduled Caste. And automatically, students, if you see, once again it is in a decreasing order, 4, 3, 2, 1, A. Okay, A is going to be right for the same. So Article 324, it is about the superintendence, direction and control of election to be vested in the Election Commission of India, students. 315 is about the Public Service Commission for Union as well as for the state. 280 for the establishment of Finance Commission as needed for 5 years. And Article 338 contain about the National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Okay, for Scheduled Tribe there is a specific article, that is Article 338A, and for National Commission for Backward Class is also created by basically there is an Amendment 100, Second Constitutional Amendment Act, it was done, and Article 338B was added under the same. I hope you all are getting it. So this is about the question as well as explanation part. Now once again we are moving towards the another question. Article 265, 266, 267 and 263. Okay, and these all articles connected somewhere with the finances. Okay, so you have to match it carefully. So there is list 2 that is mentioning about the provision: taxes not to be imposed save by authority of law, Consolidate Fund of India, Contingency Fund and Interstate Council. Student, this question they are asking in match the following as well as direct, like Interstate Council is mentioned under which article? So it is about the 263. So D4. Okay, but let's suppose you don't know about other. In that case, by using some trick and technique, by using some means match and mismatch, you can find it out. Okay, so let me tell you each and everything. Okay, so D4. Okay, if we talk about Article 265, it is mentioning about the taxes not imposed save by authority of law. Article 266 is about the Consolidated Fund of India, B2. Okay, and Article 267 is about the contingency fund. Okay, so once again, if you see, it is in a very increasing order. So answer A is going to be correct for the same, and I just added the part for it also, but you must go through the explanation of this question. The correct match is A1, B2, C3 and D4. So Article 265 deals with the taxes not to be imposed saved by authority of law. It means that no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law, students. Articles 266 state that no money out of the Consolidated Fund of India or the Consolidated Fund of a state shall be appropriated except in accordance with the law and for the purpose and in matter provided in this constitution, students. Article 267 is about the contingency fund. Okay, what is contingency fund? So it is used for, let's suppose, some unexpected you can say event happen, okay, that created problem for the India. So in that case, students, that fund can be used. Okay, Article 263 is about the interstate council. Okay, so if we see here, 264 is about the interpretation. 265 taxes not imposed save by authority of law. 266 is about the Consolidated Fund of India as well as Public Account of India, and 267 it is about the contingency fund. So just try to remember this much only. Okay, and this will be good for you. Okay, now we are moving towards the another question, and this question is repeated, and this was in MPPSC pre 2023. Which article of the constitution is there the provision for Public Service Commission for union and state? Okay, so just just choose the right answer. This question is repeated. Okay, Article 340, 315, 328 and 238. So as you know, it is about the Public Service Commission for union as well as state. So it is under which article? 315 to 323, yes or no? 315 to 323. So 315 article is the article about the Public Service Commission. We already discussed about the same. It is mentioned under part number 14 of Indian Constitution. Okay, so article 315 in part 14 of the Indian Constitution provide the establishment of public service for the union and a Public Service Commission for each state. The Union Public Service Commission is the central recruiting agency in India. Parallel to UPSC at the center, there is a State Public Service Commission at the state, students. So they are conducting examination, they are recruiting the people, okay, according to the vacancies. Okay, so which one of the following pair, in bracket, institution and article of Indian Constitution, is properly matched, means which is matched correctly? Supreme Court of India is mentioned under Article 318. Election Commission of India is mentioned under Article 324. Union Public Service Commission under Article 332. And Attorney General of India under Article 351. So if you see, students, Supreme Court of India, it is under Article 124 to 147. Election Commission is in Article 324 to 329. Union Public Service Commission 315 to 323, and Attorney General of India, students, it is mentioned under Article 76 of Indian Constitution. So if you see statement A is incorrect, B is incorrect, C is incorrect and D is incorrect, only B is correct for the same. So just remember, only the pair B is correct and it is matched correctly as provision to the Election Commission of India included under Article 324 of Indian Constitution. Pair A, C, D are incorrectly matched because Supreme Court of India is included in Article 124 of Indian Constitution. Establishment of Union Public Service Commission is included in under Article 315 to 323 of Indian Constitution. Article, good evening Sanjeet, okay, 76 pertaining to the appointment of Attorney General of India. Okay, so Attorney General of India is the highest law officer in India, students. Okay, getting it? Now just move to the next question. Once again you have to match the following with the correct code. Article 321 clause A in list 1, 324, 330 and 320. List 2 contain about the provision. Article 300. Okay, if you see election administrative tribunal function of Public Service Commission or reservation of SC, basically scheduled caste and scheduled tribe to the Lok Sabha. As you know, there is 84 and 47 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Just check once again this data and just maintain it. Okay, if we talk about Article 323 clause 8 was added later, and it is basically administrative tribunal. So A2, Article 324 is about the election commission. B1, Article 330 is about, basically it is about the reservation of seats for SC and ST. Okay, as you know, Article 315 to 323 is about the Public Service Commission. So automatically D3 and C4. So 2143 is option C. It is going to be correct for the same students. I hope you all able to understand it. You all getting it? Sanjeet, just follow the classes as you are very young. So I recommend you one thing. You must means focus on your school studies, because in future the same school studies is going to help you in the preparation. Okay, so you follow the classes. I'm not going to demoralize you, but I recommend you one thing, as you are very young. So just focus on your school also, and just take it as a fun. Okay, so it is going to helpful for you. Okay, it is okay. You must watch the classes. It will be good for you. But I'm once again I'm suggesting that as you are going to be an IAS officer, as you are going to be an IPS officer, so you need to manage things properly, and you start from this age only. It is going to help you a lot. Okay, so the correct match, as I already told you, Article 323 clause A is about the part 14A of the Constitution that establishes about the administrative tribunals. 324 state that superintendence, direction and control of election to be vested in Election Commission. 330 provide for reservation of seats for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in Lok Sabha. 320 about the Public Service Commission, students. Getting it? Now see the next question. Once again you have to match the following. The constitutional amendment, list 1, Finance Commission, Financial Emergency or All India Service. So these are the four basically statement in list 1, and you have to match with the list 2 according to article. Okay, if we talk about the constitutional amendment of Indian Constitution, that is under part number 20. Okay, and the article is 368. So A4, Finance Commission is a constitutional body, and it is mentioned under article 280. It is 3. Okay, financial emergency, as you know students, in India there are 3 type of emergency. National emergency, that is under article 352 of Indian Constitution. There is a state emergency, article 356 of Indian Constitution, and basically financial emergency, it is under article 360 of Indian Constitution, students. Getting it? Very simple. So these are the 3 different emergencies. Article 360 is about the this financial emergency, so automatically A is correct. All India service under article 312, so D2. So 4312 is under option B, so it is going to be correct. Getting it? Simple, very easy. Now this the same thing is here. Article 360 deals with the provision for financial emergency in India. 312 is about the All India service. 280 is about the Finance Commission of India. 360 is about the procedure to constitutional amendment. Getting it? Article, basically question number 29. Which one of the following is not correctly matched? Constitution of India, as well as there is a related state. Article 371 clause A, 371 clause B, 371 clause C and 371 clause D. As you know students, I given you a code Mahatma Gandhi Naam. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi Naam is for Maharashtra and Gujarat, 371, and for Nagaland, it is Article 371A. Article 371B is for the Assam. Article 371C. Okay, so as we already discussed, this is going to be important thing. Now you have to tell me. Okay, so C is connected with the Manipur, but what they written here? Meghalaya. Meghalaya under the part of this special provision. So you'll say, sir, no, it is not there. Okay, so D is Andhra Pradesh, and 371D is for the establishment of Central University in Andhra Pradesh students. So I told you AP is 2 times. After that, there is a map. Okay, Sikkim map, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and then Goa and Karnataka. Okay, so you just remember this also. And as I told you already, this is important. You stay in the classes, Sanjeet. I am not saying you leave the class. I am saying that you follow the classes, but along with your school studies. Okay, as you are very young, so right direction needed, na? Otherwise you are going to be diverted, and once you are going to be diverted, your path is going to be it is very simple. You are not going to walk on the right path. Okay, so this is very important. You must understand what you do and what not to do. Getting it? So option C is incorrect. Okay, it is about the Manipur, not Meghalaya students. If we talk about list 1 with the list 2, once again match the following. Basically, one side they included the institution and other side they included the article. One, they are mentioning about the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, CAG, Finance Commission, Administrative Tribunal, and Union Public Service Commission. Article they included 315, 280, 148, 323. So Comptroller and Auditor General of India, as you know, it is mentioned under Article 148 to 151 of Indian Constitution. So it is A3. Finance Commission under Article 280. So basically option 2 means basically statement 2 is going to be correct from the list 2 students. Administrative Tribunal C4, and UPSC is about the D1. So 3241, 3241. So it is code A is going to be correct for the same. I hope all okay. Now see, explanation part is also needed here. Okay, so Article 148 is about the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, and he is controlled the entire financial system both at the center and the state level. Okay, Article 280 of Indian Constitution is about the Finance Commission as a quasi-judicial body. Okay, it is constituted by President of India for every 5 years or earlier as he considered necessary. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act added a new part to the Indian Constitution, that is part number 14A, and there is a article 323A, that is for the Administrative Tribunal, Article 323B, that is for the Tribunal for other matters. Okay, Article 315 to 323 in the part 14 of Indian Constitution is about the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, regarding the composition, appointment, removal of the member along with the independence, power and function of the UPSC, and UPSC is a central recruiting agency. Okay, so this is also needed. Okay, just try to remember. If you move further, what you see students, you have to once again match list 1 to list 2. List 1 contain article of constitution, list 2 contain provision. Article 215, 222, 226 and 227. Okay, so transfer of judges of one high court to another high court, power of superintendence over all court by high court, power of high court to issue certain writs, and high court to be court of record. See, the two important article, if you see article 226, that is connected with the writs power students. So everyone means the basically the exam paper creator, they know what you know and what you don't know. everyone know कि 226 is about the state writs students. State can issue, means state high court issue can writs. So in every code they are using C3 at each and every place. Okay, so just you have to opt in according to the data students. Okay, so basically article 215 is about the high courts to be court of record. 222 is about the basically transfer of judges from one court to another. So B1, A4, C3 and D2. So the power of superintendence over all high court by all courts by high court. So 4, 1, 3, 2 is going to be correct answer for the same students. Getting it? So just try to remember for the same. Okay, if we move further, article 30 means question number 32 is here. The list 1 to list 2, once again you have to match article of the constitution and subject. Article 124, article 5, article 352 and article 245. And there's a judiciary, citizenship, emergency provision, distribution of legislative assembly. So article 124, as you know, it is connected with the judiciary students, union judiciary, 124 to 147. Article 5 to 11 is about the citizenship. Article 352 to 360 is about the emergency provision. So basically 352 is for the national emergency. Okay, article 245 is about the distribution of legislative power. So it is in a very sequential manner, 1, 2, 3, 4. Option A is going to be correct for the same. Article 124 of the Constitution of India provide for the establishment and constitution of Supreme Court. Article 5 of the Constitution of India deals with the citizen at the commencement of Constitution. Article 352 of the Constitution deals with the proclamation of national emergency by President of India on the advice of Council of Ministers. Article 245 of the Constitution of India deals with the extent of law made by Parliament and by the legislature of a state, means distribution of legislative power between the center and state. Okay, so just try to remember the same data. Okay everyone, now you have to choose the right match. Okay, and this question was in UP lower as well as UPPSC. So article 17, equality before law. Article 78, establishment of parliament. Article 192, salary and allowance of parliament member. Article 352, proclamation of emergency. So you have to choose the right one. If we talk about article 17 of Indian Constitution, it is about the abolition of untouchability. Okay, equality before law is under article 14 of Indian Constitution. Establishment of parliament is under article 79 of Indian Constitution. Okay, 192 is not about the parliament member. Okay, as you know, basically parliament is a part of union and union came under article 52 to 151 students. So 192 is not going to part for the same. Proclamation of emergency, and that is emergency, national emergency under article 352 of Indian Constitution. So automatically statement D is going to correct for the same students. We already discussed about the same. Okay, easy everyone. So I'm just explaining what these articles contain. We already know. Article 78 defines the duty of Prime Minister, and Article 192 about the decisions or question as to disqualification member of state legislative assembly students. Once again, there is question number 34. Okay, so once again you have to do the same thing. You have to match list 1 to list 2, and once again articles are here. See carefully and you have to match. I hope you all able to see it. Article 61 of Indian Constitution, Article 67B, Article 94 and Article 19, and you have to match with the provision like removal of Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, impeachment of President, removal of Vice President, removal of Speaker. So these all connected with the removal or impeachment procedure students. So basically Article 61, as you know, it is for the impeachment of President. So A, 2. Okay, now you have two options, A and C, you have to choose from the same. 67 clause B, it is connected with the removal of vice president students. So B4, and if you see students, okay, B4. Basically, 94 is connected for the okay. Sorry. Article 94 is connected for the removal of basically this Speaker of Lok Sabha. Article 19 is connected with the removal of Deputy Chairman. Okay. So if you go further, what you find, students, basically this option C is going to be correct for the same. Okay. So I'm just giving you explanation also. Correct matching is A2, B3, C1, C4 and D1. So Article 61, it is about the procedure for impeachment of President of India. When the President is to be impeached for violation of Constitution, the charges shall be preferred by either house. Means the bill of impeachment can start from any house of the parliament, students. A 14 days notice will be sent to the President of India, and 14th day from the notice was sent or from the this impeachment bill was started. If they passed with a 2/3 majority, then this other house is going to work as investigating house, and if they are also going to pass the bill with 2/3 majority, the President is going to be impeached. Okay. Article 61 clause B is about for the Vice President removal. Okay, so there is no impeachment procedure. Okay. And then 94 is about the provision for the removal of Speaker from the office by resolution. Okay, everyone. Article 19 is connected with the removal of the Deputy Chairman. Okay, so just remember it. Once again, you have to match it. Article 76, Article 148, Article 75, Clause I, and Article 131. So, and list 2 contain CAG, jurisdiction of Supreme Court, Attorney General of India, and appointment of Union Minister. If we talk about Article 76 of Indian Constitution, it is about the Attorney General of India. So A3, Article 148 is about the CAG, means B1. Article 75 is about the appointment of ministers here. So C4, and D is 131. It is about the jurisdiction of Supreme Court, because Supreme Court is ranged from Article 124 to 147. Okay, so D2. So if you go in this format, what we get 3, 1, 4, 2. Option B is going to be correct for the same students. Okay, everyone. Now just see the explanation. The correct match is A3, B1, C4 and D2. Article 76 talk about the appointment of Attorney General of India by President of India. Article 148 provide for the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, who shall be appointed by President by the warrant under his hand and seal. 75 clause 1 for the appointment of Council of Minister by President on the advice of Prime Minister. 131 is about the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court in any dispute between the Government of India, one or with the other state. Okay, between two or more state students. Once again, you have to see the list 1 and list 2 and match the following. Article 54, Article 75, Article 155, Article 164. You have to match with the content under the list 2. They mention election of President of India, appointment of Prime Minister, appointment of Governor, appointment of Chief Minister and Council of Minister, and composition of Legislative Assembly. See it very carefully. This is a UPPSC question. In list 1 there is a 4 statement and list 2 there is a 5 statement. Now, one statement is void. Okay, so they just given to check your concept. As you know, students, Article 54 is about the election of President of India. Article 75, appointment for the Prime Minister and Council of Minister. Article 155 is about the appointment of Governor of State. Article 164 is basically connected with the appointment of Chief Minister and Council of Minister of the state. So see, the 4 court is connected with the initial 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Option A is going to be correct for the same. Okay, Article 54 lays down the procedure for the election of the President of India. Article 75 talk about the manner of appointment of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Article 155 talk about the appointment of the Governor of the state. Article 164 deals with the appointment of the Chief Minister and Council of Ministers. Students, getting it? Now, see the next question. Once again, you have to match the list 1 to list 2. List 1 contain Article 14, Article 36, Article 74 and Article 368. List 2 has provision, amendment procedure, Council of Ministers, right to equality or directive principle. What you see, Article 14, it is about the right to equality. Okay. If you see, Article 36 is about the directive principle of state policy, because directive principle of state policy start from 36 to 51. Article 74 is about the Council of Ministers for the Union, and Article 368 is about the amendment procedure of the Indian Constitution, students. So A3, B4, C2 and D1. So 3, 4, 2, 1. Option D is going to correct for the same, students. We already discussed about the same. Okay, now we are going to see once again, and you have to match list 1 to list 2. List 1, to admit new state by a law. B, right to equality, protection against arrest and detention, and the power of president to assent over the bill. Okay, UPPSC 2016 question, and list 2 is Article 14, 2 and 11, 111 and 22. So basically the Parliament has sole right, they can admit any state as a new state by law, and it is mentioned under Article 2 of the Indian Constitution. So A2. Right to equality under Article 14. B1. Protection against arrest and detention, it is under Article 22. So C4. Power of the President to assent over the bill. D3. So 2143 is right answer for the same. Okay, so this is important. Article 38 means question number 38. Option B is going to be correct. Okay, so we already discussed about the same, so we must save our time also, and we must not go with the explanation. Okay, so list 1 to list 2 once again. Equality before law, right to work, just human condition of work, free and compulsory education for the children's students. Equality before law and equal protection of law under Article 14 of Indian Constitution. So automatically this list 2 you have to check it. 42, 45, 14 and 41. So if you see the statement 3, list 2, statement 3 is correct for the same. Right to work, it is mentioned under article. Basically it is 41. Okay. So it is 4. And just and human condition is mentioned under Article 42 of Indian Constitution. Okay, so it is C1 and D. Article 45, 6 to 14 year, free and compulsory education. So 3412 is right answer for the same, students. Okay, so option B is correct for the same. Okay, if we move further, which of the following is not correctly matched? Article 39 clause A, equal justice and free legal act. Article 40, organization of village panchayat. Article 44, uniform civil code. Article 48, separation of judiciary from executive. If we see, separation of judiciary from executive is under Article 50 of Indian Constitution, and Article 48 is about the protection of wildlife, animal, okay, forest and these areas. Okay, so incorrect is D match. Okay, so pair D is not correctly matched because Article 48 of Indian Constitution provide for the agriculture and animal husbandry. Okay, and in the same, students, there was an amendment. Article 48A was added for the protection of wildlife sanctuaries and wildlife forest areas. Separation of judiciary from executive is mentioned under Article 50 of Indian Constitution. If we go further, Article 41, once again, sorry, this question number 41 says that it is from the MPPSC 2017. Article 155 is about the appointment of governor. 312 is about the All India Service. 110 about the budget, and 315 about the Public Service Commission for the Union and State. Student, budget term is not used in our Indian Constitution. There is a term named as Annual Financial Statement, and that is under Article 112 of Indian Constitution. 110 is about the money bill, students. So statement means basically option C is incorrect for the same. We already told you, so you not need to worry. Okay, which one of the following pair is not correctly matched? Interstate Council, we already discussed under Article 263. Finance Commission under Article 280. Administrative Tribunal under Article 323A. Union Public Service Commission under Article 315, students, to 323. And this Article 324 for the Election Commission of India, students. Okay, getting it? Now, this will be your homework, but I am going to explain the same. Now, fundamental right not correctly match with the article. Abolition of untouchability, protection against arrest and detention, freedom of religion, and protection of interest of minorities. You have to match it. So, untouchability under Article 17, protection against arrest and detention under Article 22 of Indian Constitution. Article 23 is about the basically prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor. Freedom of religion under Article 25, and right to interest of minority under Article 29 of Indian Constitution. So we already discussed under Article 22, it is about the detention, arrest and detention. Okay, so just try to remember for the same. This is about the third chapter, and we concluded third chapter successfully and in a very detailed format of explanation. Now, once again I tell you, you guys must go with this book. This book is going to be very, very beneficial for your examination. Okay, it is available for each and every subject, and it contains 100% error-free, detailed explanation, knowledge plus with a typical question, PYQ bullets, along with that students free package chapter also. So Indian history, Indian polity, Indian geography, world geography, Indian economy, as well as science, these all subjects are available there. So you must go with the same, students. Thank you so much for joining and listening, and we'll meet soon everyone. Take care, have a great day. If you feel any doubt and difficulties, we are always open to you in the comment box.